Now, Raymond, you mentioned you started to get a lot of offers. You were even flew on business class to Australia where you were wooed. You're facing this crossroads with so many job offers, Qualitas versus everyone else. So what was your thought process and how did you end up in Qualitas?
So that's when coming back to your answer, why I chose Qualitas is simply because I was just an MBBS doctor. I had no specialist, I had no MBA. So though the other options were more lucrative, but I think that's a decision process I made where I needed to be relevant. So running after money, though it's exciting, though it was tempting, but for me, it was more being relevant. I think coming back to my own ethos of making a difference, right? Being able to make a difference, I felt that I won't be able to contribute much at that time, coming out from the government service, going into a specialist hospital with the minimal experience I had. I thought I'll be chewed up alive, right? This was 10 years ago, now 8 years ago. I'll be chewed up alive by the specialists and stuff. What did I do to gain their respect? Or if I went to a smaller center who was offering me a lot more money, but the security is not there because it's just two-man company. And what if they decide to part ways? What happens to me, right? Here I am coming from MOH, it's pretty reputable. So I said, if I'm going to the private sector, let me go to somewhat an organization that is equally large and respectable and something where I will be able to earn my respect as well. So it wasn't about the money, but more of the opportunity to make a difference. And that's when I took Qualitas instead. And I joined Qualitas in the medical services department as a manager.
So when you moved from clinical to non-clinical, that was a big shift. There was clearly a lot of challenges. So from public sector to the private healthcare sector, so what were the challenges here?
Again, very big. Because as doctors, if you know, our MBBS stands for Mass Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery. But once you come to the private sector, and you're in the corporate office, and not in the clinic, I'm in the office. Marketing, business, sales is not part of MBBS. So you got to adapt and you got to learn. I thought I was coming for regulatory because that was my background, right? So I thought I was going to come and do regulatory and compliance, only to find out that it was 10% of my job scope. And 90% of it was managing doctors. I had 100 over doctors to manage, their contracts, engaging with doctors. Basically, like I mentioned in last year's forum, being the go-between the corporate and the clinician. They're both birds, but they I am and he take, speaking the different language, being that person. It was tough because looking at P&Ls, for example, understanding what a P&L is, what is EBITDA, what is PBT, what is TAP, what is fixed cost, what is cost of sale, percentage, what is revenue, and all gross revenue, gross profit, percentages. This was a steep learning curve. And I had to be part of it. I could choose to sink or swim, So I have got colleagues of mine who come in here and then they choose to, no, but this is what I came for and I only want to do this. So today they're still here doing that, right? But for those who are willing to embrace everything else in the sector, because private sector does not have the luxury of employing 50 people to do 5 jobs. You get what I mean? You employ 5 people to do 50 jobs. You want to look at cost efficiency. You want to look at multitasking. You need people to, it's all about efficiency. It's all about how do you manage your finances. So yeah, for me it was tough, but I embraced it. I engaged in my mentors who were brilliant. Dr. Nurul Amin.
Join disruptive doctors. Oh, disruptive doctors. Impact.